My guys, only on Real Time with Bill Maher would Kevin McCarthy ever be able to look like anything other than a complete establishment rhino. Somehow, Bill Maher keeps getting absolutely schooled every time he thinks himself to be an economic analyst.
Also, the first 100 days, and, this is traditionally what they call the president's honeymoon. Presidents do big things in the first 100 days. Obama did Obamacare, Biden had the infrastructure thing, because you get a brief honeymoon.
Yeah.
So, if this is the honeymoon, what is the rest of this marriage going to look like?
Yeah.
Because I just want to read some of the stats. I read some of them in the monologues. 7% is the S&P 500 is down. Economy has shrunk for the first time in 3 years. Value of the dollar is down 10%. Consumer confidence down. Trucking volume starting to tank. Jamie Dimon says the best case scenario is a recession. UPS is cutting 20,000 jobs because they expect less packages to be delivered. Even McDonald's is down 3.6%. Goldman Sachs says we will experience the lowest economic growth and the highest inflation of any big boy country in 2025. Even empty seats at Beyonce's concert. Wow. I guess what I'm asking is, Kevin, so everybody knows something except Trump. Or is it the other way around? We're all wrong, and he's got it right?
We're not all wrong, but this is the point. A couple things you didn't mention. This is the stock market up for the first time 9 straight days. That's only happened 8 times in the last 25 years.
Up from where it was way down.
But you haven't been every single day for 9 straight days.
Now I'm going to put my economic analyst hat on for a second, all right? Because usually when we see a sharp crash followed by a sharp recovery, and it's followed by a rally, a consecutive rally like we've had, it tends to be followed by a general upward trend. On average, historically, that's how this has ended up playing out. Now, on the flip side, if we zoom out here, we start to see that this kind of looks like a market beginning to roll over, right? And a really important level right here is going to be this local top right here. All right. So we're probably, I'm not an expert, we're probably going to have a little bit of a pause, maybe like a daily candle or two that is struggling to understand what they're going to do. And then that's when the market's going to make its decision. And if you look, dips like this are semi-frequent, and vast majority of the time they head straight back up. I mean, the S&P 500 really over the past century has only gone in one direction. But at the same time, I think there's a large argument that this might be a relief rally at the start of the dip, because people have been expecting a crash in a number of different domains. I mean, we're coming up at the end of the crypto bubble. We're coming up at the end of the housing bubble. I mean, tech is always able to find a new bubble, and right now they're trying to find a new one, but the tech bubble is struggling. I mean, there's a whole ton of different bubbles that usually prop up our economy that are all coming to end at the same time. And in terms of at least housing, I mean, people have been expecting this for years. This article right here came back in 2022.
And why did that happen, I'm asking?
Well, I think we've gotten over that. We know the tariffs are a negotiation. It's not going to stay this way. I think people are seeing the investment coming back. You look at the jobs numbers today, it surpassed the second time. And if you read into the job numbers,
yeah, jobs were up.
9,000 jobs were cut in government, but the private sector has grown. So he's doing a disruption, but you're seeing kind of a little light at the end of the tunnel. Now, if they get in the next 60 days a couple trade agreements, I think you're going to see this market take off.
He's absolutely right, man. There's a number of things Trump could do to prepare us for the end of these market cycles and help at least the U.S. economy be insulated from a lot of the more bearish effects. For example, rebuilding domestic supply chains, rebuilding our domestic manufacturing industry, using tariffs and ending income tax to take control of monetary surplus and monetary supply away from the Federal Reserve, the TSMC plant that we got in Arizona right now that's just starting to make computer chips here domestically. And then if he times this one right, ending property taxes. See, you gotta let the market, the real estate market, start to roll over, right? And then I think this would be the perfect timing for it. Wait for that relief rally to hit, and then at the first sign of weakness in the relief rally, boom, end property taxes. Oh my gosh, you got a new hold-on rally. It's not going to last forever, and it's going to be really volatile, but you got a whole real estate market rally in the U.S. that might help us ride out the global real estate crash. All right, serious stuff out of the way. Yo, these guys ripping the Governor Whitmer's fake ass so good. You guys got to hear it.
No, and then you have Gretchen Whitmer, who's doing, Governor Whitmer is doing
Okay, well, come
thing.
on, man.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, everyone has their own thing.
I know,
and
but
AOC
it's so
is doing
funny
their own
because,
thing.
like, a couple of weeks ago, she got into big trouble because she was in the Oval Office and hid.
She went like
hid in the Oval. Oh yeah, there's the. She. I mean.
Let me do a live
Okay,
reenactment.
and then this week, Trump fucking punked her twice.
Punked her twice.
Called her up. He was in Michigan. I mean, it was something that, governors need the president's help on certain things, And he calls her up, which she didn't expect. And then they got a picture of her hugging him or smiling with him. Oh, there it is.
Oh no! Just put the armband on while you're at it. Oh my God, dude, she's one of them, guys.
And now she's history's greatest monster for that. And I would just like to say, I was trying to help her the other week. Just own it like a certain talk show host did.
She
when you meet the president. It's okay. He's the president. You don't have to.
That's not true.
That should not be wrong.
It's not
should
exactly
not be wrong at all.
She got punked, and she should have been prepared.
Prepared for what? What was the appropriate virtue signal to the rest of the Democrat Party? What was she supposed to be, freaking poker faced the whole time? He even smacked around AOC and Bernie with this little tour they've been doing.
They gamed the system. They changed it.
And who do you see on the horizon for 2028 in the Democratic primary?
Right now?
Yeah.
Bernie and AOC.
No.
They got the biggest crowds.
That doesn't matter. AOC and Bernie, and who's at the top of the ticket?
They're going to lead right now.
Who's at the top of that ticket, Kevin? Because if it's not Bernie, he's going to be vice president and then wait his turn?
No, it would be.
Yo, I hope you guys had as much fun with me on that as I did, especially that second half. I love watching Democrats roast Democrats. There's something about it. Hey, you guys rock. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.